316. I'm afraid we'll have to forego the usual pleasantries and get right down to business. Please.
Tea?
Please. The entire country is at the mercy of a massive network of propaganda machines. These generate a huge, constant barrage of lies, deceitful, soul-suffocating lies. This is Joseph Armin, a very dangerous man, who anonymously controls the entire network. After he has completely demoralized the country with his propaganda, he plans to cash in political favors and step into power.
So, once he's in power, then he can stimulate the economy and the public morale and position himself as the country's savior, sort of like an angel of light, right?
Precisely.
Okay, so, what's our plan?
This is the answer.
So we're gonna do marry me off?
You must admit, the idea does have some merit.
Do I have time to think it over?
This ring is actually one of the most advanced microprocessors in the world. It operates at speeds in excess of 11,000 megahertz. After infiltrating the network hub, you will fuse this ring into the server, here, at which point we gain complete control of the entire network.
Then what?
And then a message will be delivered by the president of Mission Control.
Wait, are you talking about the message?
Yes, the only one worthy of risking our lives for. I'm sure that you would agree.
So, all that in this little ring?
Yes. Well, now, I believe that Madeline has some new things that might interest you.
That's right, and we don't have much time, so try to keep up, eh? You've heard the phrase, the pen is mightier than the sword?
Well, depending on the sword, that usually is the case, yes.
Well, in this case, it's mightier than a few thousand. You see, my own mix of glycerin and plastiques. Just twist off and press this small red button, and by all means, 316, get out of the room as quickly as you can. It's great for blowing up metal doors, bolts.
Cookie jars, diary locks.
Exactly. The tough stuff. Now, these I've been working on for quite a while now.
Not prescription, exactly.
No, not at all. You see, the bridge and the temples emit thousands of tiny electrical impulses, therefore altering your cellular structure and creating a...
Flesh and blood disguise.
You catch on quite quickly for an old chap.
Age does have its benefits.
Well, you see, I programmed a few faces onto the chip, so you can scroll through them. But be careful. It only lasts 15 seconds.
Very handy.
Cable belt. You know, the standard stuff. A line to repel with. And be careful with this belt. You see, it contains a heat-seeking stun gun. Very, very shocking. And last but not least, I have this watch. My personal favorite. I call it the Don't Watch.
Why's that?
Say you're in a spot. By pressing this small button, you'll be creating this blinding effect, lasting up to 5 seconds. I think that's plenty of time for you to get out of some pretty sticky situations.
Maddie, you are incredible.
Just looking out for my favorite agent.
Favorite?
316. Mission 316. Mission 316. Mission 316. Mission 316. Mission 316. Mission 316.
God so loved the world that he gave his only son, that whosoever would believe in him would not perish but have everlasting God so loved the world that he gave his only son, that whosoever would believe in him would not perish, but have everlasting life. Thank you and good night.
You actually wrote a song from a T-shirt.
Well, yeah, we were doing an amusement park actually, and we were not on tour, so it wasn't a tour we were on, a specific tour. Because every time you do a tour, you always do a T-shirt specifically with the tour. And my manager at the time says, "Well, you need a T-shirt to sell." But I says, "But we're not on tour. We're just kind of going around singing." He says, "Well, let's just come up with something everybody would like. What would your crowd like?" I says, "Well, they love stuff that has to do with Jesus." He says, "Well, just put something on there, just say Jesus period." So I said, "Sure." So he went out there with all these Jesus period T-shirts, right? We had them all made. And he goes out there, he says, "How would you like to just have a T-shirt that just says Jesus period?" And the whole crowd went, "Ah!" And they all went out and they bought the T-shirts before the concert started. He says, "I think we're on to something." So when we went into the studio, I says, "We have to have a song that says Jesus period." So brought in the musicians. Glenn Rosenstein was producing it. I says, "We need a rock lick in the beginning of it. You know how like Roy Orbison and Pretty Woman would or Day Tripper with George Harrison, or the Rolling Stones, you know, Honky Tonk Woman, they always had those memorable guitar licks in the beginning. We were trying to find that just rock and roll guitar lick in the beginning. And we really couldn't find it until we recorded the song, and inside the song, just underneath the track, there was this guitar lick. The guy was just playing along. I says, "That's it." We took the lick, moved it over to the front of the song, and that became the guitar lick for the front of Jesus period that started off really as a T-shirt.
Let me hear somebody say, "Answer is Jesus period." Say it again, answer is Jesus period. Guitar. Guitar. Answer is babies in our school, something's wrong. I mean, no, something's wrong. The man on the news is confused, something's wrong. The talking heads were lucky, the philosophers were yakking, then the politicians, they got questions, fucking nothing back, because the answer is not. Turn a new leaf. The answer is not some new world belief. The answer is easy for those who are serious. Answer is Jesus, period. We got babies having babies, the conscience is numb, something's